Hey everyone, this is going to be a quick video explaining the differences between Kiriha-zukuri and Shinogi-zukuri. Now this is a video request, and I will do my best just as I always do with all my other videos. So, let's get started. Before we get too much into this, I want to mention two things. One is that I do not have a Kiriha-zukuri blade to do this video with, so I am using these pictures instead. The second thing is that I drew these pictures instead of downloading them because I don't want to have to deal with copyright and copyright infringement or any of that. So, the Kiriha-zukuri blade was typically used on straight swords, from what I have gathered. And the Kiriha-zukuri blade came before the Shinogi-zukuri blade. These were, from what I've gathered, originally the first swords designed in Japan that were meant to be used on horseback. Before that, previous swords were meant more for just stabbing and slashing opponents. These were meant for more of the sweeping cuts that are required on horseback. Some key things here that I noticed that are perhaps why these got phased out is, as I mentioned, these are straight. Straight blades are not as efficient at cutting as curved blades, at least not for drawing cuts and things like that. And other things I'm noticing is that the bevel, or the shinogi, is very close to the edge. And these are images of blades that I saw. Unlike the Shinogi-zukuri blade. As you can see, there is plenty of space there, meaning the Shinogi-zukuri blade is sharper. Unlike this I would think would not be very sharp. Another thing is, because of the way that's beveled right there, there's more metal right here, which would make for a heavier blade, perhaps slightly stronger. One thing I can also point out here is that this blade here has a yokote, just like the Shinogi-zukuri blade. As you can see, there's a yokote. Now this one does not have a yokote, that's just a little ink smudge. Just like the later Shobu-zukuri blade, which came after the Shinogi-zukuri blade. And I explained the purposes and history of this blade in the video dedicated to this one. So, I won't go into too much on that. So, another thing that I can see just by looking at it is that this does not seem to be a very efficient point shape, okay? Because, for one, it's very short, so it looks like it wouldn't be very efficient at stabbing. And of course, this was meant for a horseback, but, you know, it would still be nice to have that option. Now, this is a custom iaito right here, so that's why this one's so long, but still, typically on katana is between 1.5 inches to 2 inches. Now, it might be because of the curve of the blade is why, you know, this doesn't look as squared off, of course, but, you know, that's one thing. Even on something with a shorter kisaki, it still seems like it wouldn't be as squared off. Now, this blade shape seems like it would stab better to me. Okay, and maybe even to certain extents cut better, but still being a straight blade, it still wouldn't cut as well. An interesting thing that I found out is that typically in ninja movies, they use this blade shape for their ninjatos, on the ninja swords. So, that's, you know, funny little fact. Take it for what it's worth, if anything. Another thing is, of course, the Shinogi-zukuri blades survived on until, you know, the end of the samurai. So this blade shape was used on tachi, katana, kodachi, no-dachi, owakizashi tanto. You know, a lot of different blades had this blade shape. The Kiriha-zukuri blade was typically, from what I gathered, more of something that was used on chokuto and perhaps even some early tachi. But that was pretty much all that they were really used for. Some of them were highly polished blades. One thing that I noticed was that I don't typically see bohi on these blade shapes, but you know, I'm sure maybe there was an example of it, but I didn't see a lot of them when I looked at pictures. I didn't look too much online, but I looked in one of my books, and I didn't really see any with bohi. So I hope that was helpful and informative. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And I'll see you in the next video. See ya!